They removed it. The one graph that can tell you a lot about the game, it's removed, thanks to Valve. Now, well, I guess we can look at the kills in one of the save rounds, which is coming now. So I will walk you through that in a second. In the meantime, E-frag is pushing for the B side. Repo is there, he's supported by Groovy. Both of them hold a nade, so they need to watch out to not be overwhelmed. Now they have that nade and incendiary nade combination to keep the terrorists from pushing through. They're forced onto upper, and now the CTs have rotated Rallen in as well. Oh, that flash really blinded Groovy. He's not able to get any frags at all. Repo though makes it a double, a triple, a quad, and now Dreamer is on 16 HP. Verlin, come on, leave him alone. Repo would have loved to get the ace here, but AGG make it 5-4, and they are back where the CTs belong. Well, not really where they belong, because they would belong in the lead. But still, they're doing a good job of melting away the lead. So Groovy doing a good job here. Rallen as well, but let's get our focus on Victor. Won that round for the terrorists. That was the key round for the terrorists to get back on. Otherwise, AGG would be in the lead, that's for sure. And Victor, he was A for E-frag, and now he's doing it again together with Spy Leader. Well, he actually saved Spy Leader's ass there, and Repo down and out on the B bombs, and that puts a lot of strain on the CTs. They don't really know what's going to happen on the B side, so they have to react instantly to repel a possible quick push by the terrorists. And now they have two players over there, which weakens the A bomb side and puts so many holes in the armor of the CTs. Rallen doesn't know what's going to happen on Ivy either. E-frag has gotten themselves into a very good position by just getting that one frag. The bomb is moving towards the A bomb side. At least it looks like they want to go through Pop Dog. They have NKL in position on Ivy and Bubble on main. It's gonna be an A execution with the CTs having a long route there. They're not in a position to backstab the terrorists, and they are not in a position to rotate. In fact, they tried to get some info. That's Verlin taken out by Bubble. Rallen will repel with that 1A pop shot. A second one. Rallen coming alive as well. A 2v3 now in favor of the CTs, and Spy Leader has snuck himself to the bomb train already. Trying to cover C connector. But Rallen is not going to show himself. He lets his teammates do the work for now. Hyper creeping in from Pop Dog. Oh, and now he spots Spy Leader. Good reaction by him. NKL is left alone in the crossfire. They couldn't be more deadly with 8 seconds on the clock, and Ruby is showing up. 5-5. AGG were scared for a few seconds there. But E-frag can't make that first frag happen. Well, they made the first frag happen, but they didn't make it count. So first, well, somewhat saved by E-frag. Tech 9's an armor for them. The loser bonus will be racking up. And of course, they expect to plant the bomb on top of that one. With a Tech 9 and armor buy, you almost always want to plant the bomb, otherwise this investment is not really worth it. Except for, well, if you get the round without planting the bomb, or pick up 4 frags or something like that. So let's see what they can achieve over here. Repo, Rallen and Groovy will hold it down. Dreamer, only 1 frag for him and the whole squad. But he got himself the bomb plant. That's just in the nick of time. Rallen was a little bit too slow there. Was limping due to the damage he received. AGG will make it 6-5, so they are finally in the lead with a 5-round streak. Their money's looking better as well. But E-frag have 4 more rounds to go. 4 more rounds. Even if they win one of those rounds, it would be a really good scoreline already on the old school train. Even on CSGO train, it's still a good scoreline. So the Bulgarian squad is doing some work here on the terrorist side, and Repo and company are trying to keep the B bomb set under control by pushing it aggressively. Repo reminding me of Taz with his aggressive playing style, but Victor is doing so much work for the terrorists. He picks up 2 frags over there, where he should have been traded, that's for sure. It doesn't matter for E-frag, they're happy to get the man advantage. And now they can try and grind the CT's brains down to mashed potatoes. I don't know how that should work, but if you try hard enough, I'm sure shoot, you can grind brains to potatoes. Furlan in A main, so he's got a lot of information, but Hyper is holding on to B. And that was a good peek by him. Even though he didn't get the kill, at least he got the information, he dealt some amount of damage, and the most important part, he stayed alive. Now he can retreat a little bit. Trying to stop the terrorist push. And he burns Victor alive! Another frag for Hyper, he drops a bomb as well. Oh, just briefly turns away to be killed by Bubble. It's NKL and Bubble on the bomb spot. Furlan with the headshot onto NKL. And now Bubble is in a very hard position. He has to fight his way out, but Furlan has him covered. And AGG with a 7-5 now. E-frag is doing a good job of keeping the CTs on their heels, but it's not really working. The last few seconds of the rounds repeatedly end in the favor of the CTs. They always have somebody to either pick up 2 frags where he shouldn't have gotten 1 frag, or just slow them down like Hyper did with that incendiary grenade, burning Victor. And then the clutches end in favor of AGG, at least at the moment. Craig is back on a very quick approach. Ruby with a pop flash into pop dog, very fitting name. And he comes back to take down Bubble. Oh, it seems like E-frag is slowly but surely falling into pieces. Didn't seem too well coordinated, that push, but at least they get a few more frags back, so they still have a fighting chance. Bomb is lost inside the bomb site though. That makes it quite hard for E-frag to retrieve it. At least they have the time to work with. And now Spidey that goes down to Rellin, who pushed into A main, and Kel with a refrag. I wonder how that wasn't a headshot, but that doesn't matter. Rellin and Repo, the 2 R's against NKL, and he goes down to Rellin straight away. A lot of frags for Rellin in the past few rounds, and Furlan with 15 sitting on top of the squad. Ruby's doing a good job as well with 13 of his own, and Victor with 11. And let's take a look at Victor's kills. Very important 4 kills in this round. Then he was silent for a long time, and now he's picking it up a little bit again. Let's see, maybe he can win a round for E-frag. They have 2 more to go on the terrorist side, and then it would switch to the easier side. If they get one of those 2, it would be quite good for them already. They're starting with their default again. The CTs with a triple stack on B. Definitely the weaker bomb site for them as well. And also the bomb site where they lost the most opening duels on. So they tried to keep that from happening by taking it a little more defensive, staying back a little further. Okay, that smoke was a little bit weird, getting tracked in the rails. Trapped in the tracks. Terrorists are lining up the A execution now. They just started off with their usual positions. They are pushing forward into Ivy. The CTs don't have anyone covering that at the moment, so that's a big hole in defense of the CTs. Hyper has to plug 2 holes at the same time, and now the terrorists will run through the CT backline. That's a huge hole in the CT's lines. They can't really defend the bomb site if they don't have control of the back line there. Bubble with the frag. Spidey that comes through the smoke as well to dispose of Hyper, and Victor is there as well. So it's a 2v5 already. And that was exactly what E-frag needed a little earlier. A well-coordinated push, some luck as well on the mispositions by the CTs, who left Ivy completely open. But maybe E-frag was just building up to this point. They try to make the CTs believe that they will not really attack Ivy. They did it once or twice, I believe. So not really heavy Ivy play. You see a lot of teams like that play. Now they know where Repo is. No question who's gonna win this round anymore. E-frag with a 6th round on the board. So good job by them. It was well played to go for this whole setup and have everyone run through there. So the CT